Hey, what's up, guys? It's Sundays Unscripted. My name is Aiden.
My name's Ethan.
Today we are in the Octopus in the lobby of the church because it's VBS week. Tell us a little about VBS, Ethan.
Well, in honor of Russ, we have to do this first. Welcome to the Octagon.
Hey, Coral, play that. No, I'm just joking. If you were here, you would understand. But
Rasta.
Russ was a Rasta and he had fake dreads on. Don't tell Nate because Nate will get upset because Nate worked so hard for his dreads.
That's great.
I'm just joking.
Hey, clip that chat.
Yeah, clip that. But yeah, we were in the middle of the Octopus, as you can tell. Stacy did a very good job this year.
Yes, our prop builders are amazing. They do a great job. I wish we could pan for you to see everything, but we'd probably knock over a lot of things
Honestly,
if we tried
I'll
to do
shoot some
that.
B-roll, so I'll put it in this video.
Yeah, for sure.
But this week we are on the topic of VBS, but we're also on the topic of judging because the age group of VBS, I think, is the biggest age group you can be judged and you will judge. It's just an instinct that the flesh has, is to look at someone a certain way because they either sound or look different than you.
It's crazy. Like, kids be like, why is he missing an arm?
Bro, there's this video. It was like one kid sees someone with no hand, and it's like, so why is your hand like that? but why is it like that? And kids honestly do that, but they don't understand what they're doing when they do it.
Yeah.
So this is the topic of judging, and Ethan's got a little verse for you guys.
Yeah, yep. If you guys want to grab your Bibles, follow along. I got it pulled up on my phone here. But it is Matthew chapter 7, verse 1 through 5. It says right here, it says, "Do not judge, or you too will be judged. For in the same way you judge others, you will be judged, and with the measure you use, it will be measured to you. Why do you look at a speck of sawdust in your brother's eye and pay no attention to the plank in your own eye? How can you say to your brother, 'Let me take a speck out of your eye,' when all this time there is a plank in your own eye? You hypocrite, take out the plank of your own eye, and then you will see clearly to remove the speck of your brother's eye." So essentially what it's saying in this verse is, you can't judge others when you are doing stuff that is against what God is calling you to do as well. So you can't judge other people's walk if you're not truly walking in the walk that Christ has for you.
And I think with that though is like if you are truly walking in and no one's really truly walking what God has for them because they have the free will and the instinct that their flesh wants to do sometimes that they just do what their flesh says. So if someone says, "Oh, I don't sin," they're not telling
Blasphemy.
Yeah, that's blasphemy. That's not possible because we're born sinners. And but with that, it's like it's so easy to look at someone differently because they look different or they sound differently. So our flesh automatically has the instinct to be like, "Oh, but why is it like that video? I just said, why is it like that?" It's not necessarily judging them out loud, but looking at them a certain way can hurt them too because they could see you looking at them like that.
100%.
But like I struggle with this a lot actually because I had a lot of pride when it came to my chef competitions and being a chef and cooking and stuff that I too would judge other teams if they didn't dress nicely or if their food looked horrible. It doesn't matter if it looks bad; it can taste really good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, barbecue for example. Barbecue's not really like you can't really present it well. I would say.
Stop the cap.
I mean you can, but like normal barbecue plates, bro, that thing's just thrown in there, but it tastes so good. But no, do we judge it off the way it looks? Foodies might, but people that love food and like love to eat barbecue and stuff like that be like, "Nah, dog, that's good." So it's a perspective thing, right?
100%. It is. And what I really like about here in Matthew is I almost see a distinct place of, it's not saying we can't hold each other accountable, because at the end it says, once you can see clearly, then you can take the speck out of your brother's eye. So it's not saying that we can't keep each other accountable, but if we're not holding ourselves accountable, then we can't hold each other accountable. Because if you can't even hold yourself accountable to the things that you are doing wrong, you can't point out the stuff that other people are doing wrong. So judging and accountability, there are two different things. When it becomes judging is when you yourself are doing wrong things, but also you're putting somebody down for doing the same thing that you're doing. And that is judging. You're becoming the judge that is saying, you're doing something wrong. You're not looking into it yourself of what you're doing wrong. But when you begin to hold each other accountable, like it says, iron sharpens iron, when we hold each other accountable in that way, we're no longer judging, but we're holding each other accountable.
Yeah, and like, in that sense, it's like I'm not saying just kids judge, because I've seen grown adults judge either kids older than them, same age as them. But sometimes it's like you think that when you get to a certain age, you mature enough to realize that like judging is not a good thing, but also like to just accept everybody. It doesn't necessarily have to mean like celebrate what they're doing, but you have to love everybody. And
Yeah.
Jesus implemented that in the gospel. He stuck around people that most people would judge. He healed leprosy. I mean, he healed sick people, blind people that people would just walk past to go into the temple, and they would judge them to go praise God.
Yeah.
So it's like the same thing as churches. I think churches nowadays have a big problem with presenting themselves in the right way on social media, on their websites and stuff like that. But when people walk in their church, they get eyes directly on them, and it feels like you're getting judged, which some people's hearts maybe are just looking at because you're new. But
Yeah.
a lot of people's hearts are looking at you because you're different.
Yep.
And the verse "Come as you are," a lot of churches really need to implement that in their type of church.
You gotta be careful that there's no specific verse that says "come as you are," but it
Yeah.
talks about Jesus' acceptance
Yeah.
throughout the Bible. So there's not a specific verse that says "come as you are," but you can see that common theme throughout the Bible and Jesus' teachings of, you don't have to stay the same, but we want you
Yeah,
to come
let me
how
rephrase
you
it. The
are.
topic of verses that the whole idea is to come as you are, because Jesus really implemented, hey, I'm gonna stoop down to your level and I'm going to love you.
Mhm.
And he didn't judge one person he came across, and he didn't try to force anything even on people that he came across, but he didn't celebrate them if they were doing bad things. He would love them to the point where they would change for him. And that's what Christians need to do and followers of Jesus. I'm not even going to say that we're Christian. Followers of Jesus need to love people enough where they can convert, either, not convert, that's a bad word, but like follow them to ask why, hey, why are you this happy? Or hey, what do you have that's making you like this that's not either drugs, alcohol, or like lust or money? So what is it? And that's where you can implement Jesus.
Yeah.
But I think that's just a good topic for everybody because we talked about on 2 episodes ago, watch your mouth. And then the episode that we talked about last episode was idolizes. Also, guys, we're in the lobby, so it's going to be loud.
Yeah. We are right.
But we talked about idolization, and then we talked about watching your mouth in the podcast episode before that. The reason we did that is I think God is actually having his hands in this podcast because, like, for some reason, all three of these are going together.
Yeah.
Because watching your mouth, words have meaning. Whatever you say to people can either hurt them, kill them, or uplift them. And you always want to uplift people, especially if they have a leadership calling on their life, because you want them to realize with love that they're leaders.
Yeah.
Idolizing. You can idolize judging people. So you actually look out for things to judge people for. Or you look out to make sure that people know that they're doing something wrong, but there's the wrong ways to do that. And then today, judging people with their actions, their words, and their perspective.
Yep. But yeah, so just keep an eye out. Like, am I judging somebody? Am I pointing out the speck of dust in my brother's eye when I have a whole plank sticking out of my eye? Part of the reason why this kind of got brought up was I don't know if you guys have seen those memes of where it's like, bro, you got a speck in your eye, and it's like, bro, and he's got like the whole broomstick. Have you seen those
Yeah,
videos?
dude, that's hilarious. Dude, I love seeing it. It's like I saw this one where it was a whole stool.
Yeah,
and
a
he's
whole
holding
stool.
it.
Dude, I saw some dude with a 2x4. It says, what are you talking about?
But that may be a joke, but they're really pointing out a very big topic in the Bible.
Yeah.
And Jesus talked about it a lot, I believe.
Yeah.
Of
And
loving your neighbor.
That's the cool thing about social media nowadays is it can challenge you to think about something. Yeah, it was funny, haha, funny video, but then you go, well, that is something that's in the Bible, and then you look into it, and then you find the verse, and you just go, man, there's a deeper meaning behind that video than just haha funny. We shouldn't be judging each other. We shouldn't be rude, and we shouldn't be pointing out things that people are doing wrong when we're doing those things wrong as ourselves.
Right. And I just think I love this topic, especially the last 2 episodes. Just like these topics, I've like people really need to implement them in their life.
Yeah.
And no, you're good, Melody. Shout out Melody and Rick.
Yeah, thanks, Grandma. Appreciate it.
Yeah, it's grandma.
That's my
They,
grandma.
they keep the church clean, so if you see your reflection on the floor, that's because of them.
Yep. They mop the floors real nice. Trust
They
me,
do a good job.
they do a good job.
They're also very spiritual, so don't think that we only use them for that.
Yes. If you need a hug, she'll give you a
Oh
hug.
yeah, she's got a shirt that says church hugger on it. So.
Yes.
I
Yep.
also give her a hug because she is my grandma-in-law.
Grandma-in-law. That's pretty much, yeah, that's what it is.
My brother's married to her Ethan's cousin and her granddaughter.
Isn't that funny? That's another connection of how we know we're connected.
What's
so
hilarious
it's
is
crazy.
before I knew Tristan was dating Marissa, they came to Chelsea's graduation party when I was there because
Mhm.
you guys were there, and it was obviously Chelsea's. No, it wasn't Chelsea's graduation.
It was my graduation party.
Was it?
Yeah.
Ethan's graduation party. Oh yeah, because we played cornhole in the back.
Mhm.
But it was Ethan's graduation party, and my brother showed up with Marissa, and I was like, "Wait a minute, why
What
is
do
my
you
brother
do
here?"
here? What do you do?
And that's when he was dating Marissa before they were engaged, and married. So I just think it was hilarious the way we're connected in like 4 different ways. And I
Yeah.
think it's hilarious, but hence why we are pretty close and have a podcast together.
Yep.
But just on the topic of judging, I have nothing else to say.
I'm gonna stop judging the judging.
Yeah, but I think I'll be completely vulnerable and transparent. I think sometimes I don't do it every day, but like here and there, I will accidentally judge someone, but I
Oh,
correct
100%.
myself right away. I'll say, "Hey, I rebuke that thought."
But the thing that I get was like when we judge others, a lot of the times it's because it's something that we
Right.
know we're doing wrong in our lives. So we're more attentive to it, and instead of looking and being more attentive in our lives for what we're doing wrong, we see the other people doing it wrong, and we're like, oh, you're doing it wrong. Like for a while there, when me and Haley first got together, she would dress a certain way that I didn't like, and she knew that because I was like, you shouldn't be showing your body in this way, and she knew she was struggling with that, so she would begin to point it out in other people too, and it just showed that when that was something she needed to work on, she was more attentive to see it in other people, but not so much in her own way. And I've done that before
Right.
too. Is like, when I was dealing with lust for a while there too, I was more attentive to people pointing out like, "Hey, look at that girl," and I'm like, "That's messed up, bro. You shouldn't do that." And I was more attentive of, "Oh, he's looking at her in a lustful way," but I was battling with that myself too. So when we judge other people, we're usually judging stuff in them that we ourselves are dealing with.
What's funny is I did this last week. I have not a server. I have someone on my photography team. Her name's Maya, and I told her like to watch what she says yes to, and to make sure that she rests and like has time just for herself and God, not serving in the church. Serving in the church is very good, but you need time to just rest with God. And this week, God has just put the word rest on me because I'm saying yes too much. So I think in that sense, I literally did that.
Mhm.
I was making sure she wasn't doing something that I'm literally doing.
Yeah.
And I didn't know I was judging her, or like I didn't know in that way I was calling her out for something, but I literally was doing the same thing.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think God called me out for that.
Yep.
So that's also a funny way God does things, though. So
Yeah.
he'll make sure that it's implemented in your brain, but he'll make you teach it to somebody else, so you take the teaching.
Well, and that's why it says in the end of that passage that I read is like, first you have to take out the speck in your eye. You have to deal with what you're dealing with first before you can say, hey, let me help you. Because at that point, when you take the plank out, you have already done what you needed to do to overcome that. And then you can actually, instead of judge that person, help that person overcome that thing.
And I had a friend I had a friend, which we kind of split up a little bit, but he had a friend that was very prideful, but he would call people out for being prideful. So like if he lost a game, or if he won something, or if like he achieved something, he would shove it in your face. But he would call the people out for doing the same thing, which it's the same thing. Like take the speck out of your eye before you try to take the speck out of other people's eyes.
Yeah. So. And we all do it. Like me and Aiden just admitted that we do it, and we're not perfect, and we're not going to be able to fix it right away. So we're not judging you at the moment, talking about judging. We're just trying to talk with you on how we can, move along in this walk that we have with Christ and everything. And how can we make things better? How could we not judge other people? How can we not be judged by other people? And how can we begin to encourage one another and bring each other together rather than judge each other? So
I'm sorry, but Rick just found the glass that I broke.
he did, dude. I told Lady to pick this glass up like 20 times already.
We are in the middle of podcast mode, so I just left it there for after the podcast. But thank you, Rick.
Yes, thank you. Like I said, they do an amazing job.
That's why we call it unscripted, because usually people wouldn't film in something like this.
Yeah, but there's no script. We ain't gonna hide anything from you guys. The only reason why The only reason why we ever make a cut in the middle of the episode is because right now the camera we have doesn't have the capacity to record past 30 minutes. So that's what it is.
But speaking in that sense, I'm wearing a shirt.
We usually do our typical episodes at least 45 minutes or longer. So
I have a time.
yeah,
I know your Aunt Julie loves them. She's
Yeah.
listening.
well
Yeah,
that's
shout out,
awesome.
Aunt Julie.
Shout out Aunt Julie. Thank you for watching the podcast.
If you watched it this long, you'll hear it, so we know if you're watching the whole thing.
Yeah, I'll see you next Tuesday. If you
Yo,
watch
family dinner. Shout out family dinner.
Shout out family dinner. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
But I'm wearing the shirt today. Pivot. This is what the podcast basically is based off of. We just
Kinda,
let
sorta,
we
yeah.
let the spirit pivot us. We don't have a script.
Yeah, it's definitely Holy Spirit
We're
led.
not saying that regular church and sermons are scripts technically, but
Mhm.
they have organizing so they don't fail.
Mhm.
We don't organize because we let the spirit just let us.
Which in our church services too on a Sunday morning we have like an agenda to do or an order of service to do. But if the Spirit leads us one way, we're gonna go with the Spirit. We're gonna flow with the
Oh, yeah.
Spirit.
Pastor David's
So-
very prominent. That's why he made the shirt for California.
Yeah.
He's very prominent on. He listens to the spirit full heartedly, and he just doesn't care if it bothers someone. He'll be like, "Well, the spirit told me to go this way, so I'm
Mhm.
gonna listen to it."
I remember one time, one Sunday morning, he legit got up during a worship song, stopped the worship set, and said, "No, I got to pray for somebody," and just prayed right then and there, for that person. So, like, we are so spirit led here.
That's
It's
powerful, Doug.
like literally in the middle of the song, kind of just like got up there and unmuted his mic and just like slowly got the worship band to go down and said, "We just got to pray for this person." And there wasn't a specific name, but he just said there is somebody out there, that needed prayer for this specific thing, and he prayed for it. And it was just so cool to be able to go,
Well,
wow, our pastor he cares about the order, but he would not allow the spirit to be shut off, which was awesome.
this Sunday, it's like, you weren't here because of Ribfest, dude. Switching the topic because who cares?
Shout out Ribfest
5 times People's Choice.
5 times
Best ribs, right?
and
And
sauce.
best sauce. Best
Yep.
ribs 5 times. Best ribs and sauce.
People chose the
Also
one they love.
judging best sauce number 1, right?
No, we got third place in judging.
For judging?
Yeah.
What was the other first place? Best ribs?
Celebrity Rib Cook-Off.
Yeah.
First place for sauce and ribs for
Yeah,
Celebrity
shout
Rib
out That
Cook-Off.
Guy's Barbecue.
Yeah.
Our plan was to have something on here that said That Guy's Barbecue, but we forgot. So
Low key forgot, but it's Vibis week. It's VBS week.
yeah, it's Vibis. That's I'm gonna start using that. It's VBS
Vibis.
week. Also, it's dive in theme. That's why we're an octopus.
Octopus.
But what were we talking about before? Oh, this Sunday, Ethan was at Ribfest getting 5-time first place.
But we still kind of had our own mini church service before we opened up the tent, which we do it all the time. So every Sunday.
the Buzzer family is very in tune with the spirit too as well. So that's why I think their business is flourishing because they just trust God with it.
Dude, we always say we got the flavor because we got the Lord's favor,
Yeah, that's fire, dog.
All right.
But
Enough about the barbecue. Go ahead. Talk about the Sunday.
This Sunday, so Pastor went to Tennessee to see his family, and he left his keys there. And this Sunday, Cecil, which is Pastor's grandson, called him in the middle of service in FaceTime.
Bro,
Pastor
answered it.
answers
Oh
it,
my goodness.
holds his tablet up like this, and goes, "See the boy," like he usually does. And then Cecil was like, "Hey, I found your keys, Grandpa." And he was like, "No way!" And he said, "Say hi to everybody." And he showed the whole sanctuary, and it's like. These bigger pastors and these pastors that are more just caring about themselves wouldn't do that. They would hang up, even if it was their grandson.
Yep.
And that's why I love BBCC so much. Is because like the first time I came here, I felt the spirit before I even walked in the sanctuary. I walked on the property and felt it, and I wasn't even a believer.
Yep. Shout out Trisha in the background too.
Also, shout out T Diamond Stylist, which is Devin. You gotta revamp his rap.
She didn't hear you say that.
Shout out Dana.
Yeah, shout out Dana. She's awesome.
Dana's leaving us though.
She's not leaving the church. She's just not going to be on staff anymore.
But we need.
I got him, Dana. Don't worry.
We need Dana though because she's good at her job.
Yeah, she's awesome.
We found someone that the spirit led Dana to give us, so to have a hire in place of Dana.
Yeah, that's yep.
But Dana's starting a business for God, so that's also awesome.
Yeah.
That's why I love this church so much. Is that like everybody, almost everybody's a business owner. In this church, and they go off the spirit when it comes to their business.
Yeah, at least the business owners that here at church. Not everybody's a business owner, but we do have a lot of business owners, and we talk about how a lot of people do evangelize to the lower class. It happens. It really does. Remember the first episode we were talking about that? They evangelize to the lower class, but nobody really evangelizes to the business owners and the upper class.
That's
So-
why we have Leaders for America.
I'm not saying our church is full of upper class. I'm just saying we have people that can go into the business world and be able to minister to those upper class business peoples.
I mean, not using that guy's barbecue again, but I'm going to. You walk in that guy's barbecues, they have a storefront now. If you don't know, South
Worship
Euclid.
music playing all day long.
South Euclid, right?
Yep, 1590 South Euclid, Bay City, Michigan.
1590 South Euclid, Michigan. That guy's barbecue.
South Euclid, Michigan.
Also, Michigan. South Euclid.
1590 South Euclid, Michigan.
South Euclid, Bay City, Michigan.
Oh my goodness! All right, well, okay, we're done.
So that's where the store is, and Replenish is there too.
Yeah.
They have no sugar, right? No sugars.
So
Sometimes.
there's no added sugar. So it's the sugar that's in the fruit and the vegetables, and then we put all natural honey in there if it needs to be a little more sweet.
I like it because I struggle with Crohn's disease, obviously, but I don't have to worry about things I can't drink or eat. So
Yeah.
that's cool.
Can't get a
Also,
parasite from a
Bro,
smoothie.
I ordered this burger. You can't get lettuce though. I ordered this burger there. Speaking of lettuce, I ordered this burger there, bro.
Barbecue
the
bacon burger. that was fire.
Barbecue bacon burger, and it was like this big, dog, and I couldn't eat it.
Well, the cool thing is, but get on the topic of like businesses showing God's love, and I'm not just trying to shout out my family's business, but we called it Replenish because the Lord replenishes our soul.
Yeah.
And the cool thing is in Replenish, we actually put the cross into our logo, which is pretty cool. I wish I had and you might have to look up the logo and throw it up in there.
I'll throw it on
when
the
you get-
screen.
Yeah, but we have the cross literally right in our logo, which is pretty cool. And we do not care, and we tell people we're a Christian led and a God fed business because the Lord truly replenishes our soul, just like healthy smoothies can replenish our body and replenish the energy that we need. The Lord replenishes our soul and fills us up, and that's why we call it Replenish.
And I had it when they very first opened, and it was so good. But also just using you guys as an example, you walk into that business and you feel the spirit. It's like almost a church almost because there's worship music playing. There's a cross somewhere in that.
Dude,
business.
when we bought the building, me and my grandma Leandra, my nana Leandra, we went over there and we anointed the building with anointing oil on both doors, front and back, and then the door that leads into the kitchen. I said, I'm gonna anoint right here and the door to go into the kitchen. And if you come in, you can actually see where I put the oil and the cross on the door with the oil, which is pretty cool.
Well, something like that is with something like that is they're not just a business; they're helping the kingdom grow. Because there's going to be someone one day that asks, "What makes you guys so happy? Why do I feel something different in this restaurant than I do other restaurants?" And they're going to explain to them that it was Jesus Christ,
Mm-hmm.
and that it's
100%.
anointed, and that, and then that's where they can fill the conversation with, "Are you saved?" Evangelism, pretty much.
Mhm.
And that's why Pastor David started Leaders for America, because he didn't start it off the basis of he's a Christian and he's a pastor. He started off the basis with, I'm going to teach these business people how to lead, how to communicate, and how to have character. But when they ask him where he gets his ideas from, is where he can say, I get it from the Bible and Jesus Christ.
Yeah, because if you just try to push the word onto somebody, they're just going to shut down. It happens all the time. Even not even just business leaders, like anybody. If you just start throwing the word at them and not showing them any love and kindness first, they will shut down. And what we have to do is that's why we have the fruits of the Spirit. That's why we have love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, gentleness, self-control. The reason we have those fruits is so that we can bring those to other people. And when they see the patience that we have, when they see the love that we have, the self-control that we have, the gentleness that we have, that is when we can say, hey, look, I get it not from myself, but from the Lord. And then when we bring them into there, we can finally begin to feed them the word. And as we feed them the word, the fruit will grow in them too.
That's really good. We're going to cut into the announcements, but I'll see you guys back on the same topic.
Good morning, Bay Valley Christian Church. We got some announcements for you this morning. We have Hippie Camp coming up August 7th through the 9th, and we're going to be having so many fun activities going on there at Hippie Camp. We're going to be doing some hippie activities. We're going to be camping out in tents, also praising Jesus. And there's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of games, and a lot of surprises for you guys. So you guys can sign up on our app and show up August 7th through the 9th at our Vassar campus. And speaking of Hippie Camp, we have our flower sales here today in the foyer that is going to help sponsor some of the evangelistic activities we are going to be doing during Hippie Camp. So if you want to help pour into the community and reach out to new believers, please sponsor some flowers today. Also, we're going to be having our membership class coming up here in just a few weeks on August 9th. We are going to be doing a membership class here at the church. So if you want to be a member and join the family here at Bay Valley Christian Church, register on our app for our membership class August 9th. Also, if you are a youth 6th through 12th grade, we are going to be doing a scavenger hunt in downtown Bay City here in Bay City, having fun and just doing a scavenger hunt throughout the city. And it's going to be a way that we can reach new believers, and it's going to be an evangelistic night, but it's going to be full of fun, and the winners may also get free ice cream. So be there if you want to have a lot of fun. Also, we have a Go trip here coming up on August 5th. We're going to be going to Bad Axe for a revival night. If you want to go with Pastor and have some fun, it's going to be August 5th. Join us over there, and we'll meet here and we'll caravan. Register on our app today. Thank you, Bay Valley Christian Church, for listening to us. Please be sure to follow us on social medias and to go to our app for any more information. Close the mic.
All right, guys, we're back. Just wanted you guys to watch the little announcement video, but that's our updates of what's going on in the church. But yeah, we're back. What were we talking about?
We were talking about just not throwing the Bible at new believers right away, or not even non-believers, but showing them the fruits of the Spirit to begin them to ask where we get this stuff from, why are we this way, and we can begin to say it's because of God.
I'm just gonna call out a denomination real quick. Latter-day Saints. They knock on your door and they instantly say, "Hey, my name's this from this church."
But
And
they have a very good evangelistic heart behind it, but sometimes they can be over pushy.
Yeah.
And it can actually turn people away.
And this funny thing is, like, I watched a video where this pastor let them in his house so he can minister to them, to make them realize that, like, you don't follow Justice Smith's teaching, you follow Jesus'.
Yeah.
And we're not saying that Latter-day Saints are bad people. And that a lot of them don't have the right heart.
Because that would be judging.
Yes, exactly. I'm just saying, is that some of them don't follow as much Jesus' teaching, but what Joseph Smith said.
Yeah, and like I said, they have a great evangelistic heart. Then they want to spread the word.
Right.
But we just don't agree with some of their teachings, and that happens with a lot of different
Catholicism, Orthodox, Baptist, Lutheran, stuff like that. We don't necessarily agree, but we all believe in the core thing, which Jesus died on the cross, rose 3 days later.
Yeah, for us,
and we all believe the same core thing.
So we're not gonna badmouth any other denomination.
I'd honestly love for all of us to just quit these denominations and
work
join
together
hands
and have a kingdom mindset. We say that all the time here at Bay Valley. Have a kingdom mindset. We're trying to grow the kingdom of God. We're not trying to, say no. That's my member of my church. You can't take them. And being like, it's almost territorial.
I actually, I went through a season of my life where I was just running, but last year I went to another church because of that fact. But I went through their class. You had to take a class to even serve, which we have understanding God, but it's not required to start serving. You just have to do it while you're serving.
Yeah.
Which that's just understanding God. You're not understanding Bay Valley.
Yeah.
But it was literally just basically what that whole church believes, and not one thing was how to understand God while serving. It was, what do we believe as a church? And there was these rules as the church. We believe in speaking in tongues, and that's the only gift they believe in. And I thought it was wild. They say only certain people are anointed with prayer, prophecy, stuff like that. But they said we believe as a core church that everybody can speak in tongues. And I was like, that's not biblical. But like I said, I'm not judging them, but that's something that they just follow because that's something they believe in. If we all just said, hey, cut everything else, what does the Bible say? Let's all believe the same thing, and let's all just be the same denomination. And I believe in the end times, it doesn't say this directly in the Bible, but in the end times, we're going to have to join arms because we're going to get prosecuted.
Everybody's going to be judged. Everybody's going to be prosecuted in the end. And the thing is do you want to be on the winning side. Like I said, it doesn't matter the denomination. What truly matters is, do you believe in Jesus Christ?
Right.
Do you love him like a friend? Is he your friend? Do you talk to him on a daily basis? Do you show him love? Do you have a relationship with Christ? Because this is how I look at it. If you don't have a relationship with Christ now and you don't want a relationship with Christ now, why do you want to go to heaven? Because heaven is being with Christ and having a relationship with Christ and being with Christ all the time. So if you don't want to spend time with Christ now, why would you want to go to heaven? That's a good question to ask, isn't it? Like, if you don't want to spend time with Christ now, why would you even want to go to heaven?
That's good.
Because when we're in heaven, you're spending every waking moment with him.
Right. But also, he's giving you the privilege. Like, we're not necessarily. He doesn't want us. This. Hold on. Let me rephrase this. We don't deserve to go to heaven at all. But he's giving us a privilege through his loving sacrifice that he did for
Mhm.
us to go to heaven. So why would we not follow him now?
Yeah.
That's just like when I hear people like, "Oh, I'll follow them when I'm older. I just want to live my life right now." No, if he comes back tomorrow, you are screwed.
Because you said, I don't want a relationship with you.
You said those out loud, so Jesus is gonna be like, "Well, you said this,
You said you didn't want a relationship with me. You wanted to go have fun. Go
right.
have fun.
right? Get away from me. I never knew you."
Yeah.
That's exactly what he'd say to you.
And here's the thing is, like, people will go, well, what if I don't want to go to heaven? If you don't want to go to heaven, he's going to give you exactly what you want. You don't want a relationship with him, he'll put you in a place where you can't have a relationship with him.
Right, because you said those words out of your mouth. Hey, I don't want a relationship with her right now. He's going to take that as you don't want a relationship ever because you said those words out of your mouth. Same thing back. Watch your mouth. Words have power, and words mean something to Jesus as well. You can't just say something and be like, "Well, he probably didn't hear that. It was private." No, he hears everything you say and think before you even say it.
Mm-hmm.
So, I just think that I would love for it to happen now if we can all join arms, but it's not going to.
Yeah.
That's just the way the world works. But in the end, it's up to us to join arms and be like, no, I'm dying for my faith.
Yeah.
Screw whatever Joseph Smith said or the founding
Didn't
fathers.
we talk about that last episode of, like,
Yeah.
gun to your head, are you going to deny Christ?
Right.
Like,
I met somebody, fun fact, but me and her were just talking about this at B-Dubs. And now, like, I talked about, because she watched all the podcast episodes or whatever, and I said that, like, I would die. Like, if someone today pulled me hostage when I walked out of the church building and said, would you die for your faith? I would say, kill me. Because I know where I'm going.
Mhm.
I'm confident that I will see Jesus. But do I fail? Yes. Do I fall? Yes. But I'm confident enough and I'm willing enough to surrender again the stuff I just did. Because I know the end and I know eternity. I know the love Jesus did. Why would I mourn over something I did when he literally died on the cross for me?
Yeah.
When I can literally just be like, Jesus, I know I fell and I'm sorry. And I give it to you.
Yeah.
And same thing with, like, giving your life to Christ. It's like you have to truly mean it. Not only that, but tell Jesus, hey, I'm stopping. I surrender this to you. Doesn't necessarily mean you have to surrender everything, because your flesh is not going to want to. It's not going to. Some people, it happens one time when you meet, like when you give your life to Christ, you drop everything, because some people are just willing to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of people, it takes years to surrender everything. I just now surrendered everything, and the last thing was my finances, because that was a big thing in my life, because I grew up poor.
Mm-hmm.
So for me to trust someone with money, it was very hard for me.
Yeah.
But also, I would blow money because I grew up poor, so I wanted things. But once I finally trusted God with my money, I said this in the last podcast. I got a car for $500. I was supposed to be $2,500. I'm about to get an apartment that's everything included, $500 a month and free Wi-Fi.
There you go. Look at that.
And it's near the East Side campus. Like,
Word.
God is work. Like,
Low key, we're not launching the East Side campus in this video, but
it's happening.
Yeah, more than likely it's gonna happen.
I know we said that it's a possibility, but
it's looking more.
It's
looking more like it's gonna happen. So don't quote us. Don't clip that yet. Don't clip that yet. Okay, but it's looking more and more like a possibility. The closer we move to the date that Pastor said he'll have a decision. So
it's still gonna take us well over a couple years to have it fully set up.
Yeah.
because equipment's expensive.
Yeah. Like we here at the church, if we do end up going through and getting the building, like I said, it's looking more like we're going to. We have a Go sound system set up that we have with speakers and sound equipment. We would have to borrow that until we could afford a sound system over there.
But
So
God put the word in all of our heads. Though.
Yeah.
It's going to grow bigger than we think it is.
yeah. And it might not even start as a church, like a church where
Maybe
there's
an
church
event center.
services there, but it would be more of an event center where we can do some evangelist stuff over there on the east side of Bay City, and reach the wider range of people over there.
I was kind of wishing that we started this podcast with Pastor was still here, so we could walk up and we could tell him to come in here.
Yeah.
You guys still haven't seen or heard what he hears like. If you haven't been to Bay Valley,
If you haven't been to Bay Valley, yeah. But
Also,
unless
shout
you've seen the reels, if you've seen the reels from Bay Valley, he's on there.
also shout out to the guy that recognized us at the Beard Fest.
What was his name? Did you catch his name?
No, dude.
Bro.
But he definitely. I felt something on him like he wasn't a believer, but he liked what we were talking about.
Yeah.
That's the point of this podcast.
Bye, Trisha.
Bye, Trisha. Everyone say bye to Trisha.
We'll have to have Trisha on the podcast one of these times.
To talk about finance. No, I'm just kidding.
She's good with finance.
She's good because she tells me.
Dude,
to,
maybe we have Steve and Trisha on at the same time.
Yo, we would probably get offended ourselves.
We'd be like, dang, my finances are terrible.
We'd be like, well, you guys just talk and we just slay that.
Yeah, we killed that.
Yeah. But it's looking like a big possibility.
Time that.
Christ.
Me and Aiden were joking earlier today. Like, what if we took the sayings nowadays and like said a word that is similar to it? Like, no cap. We would just go no hat, no hat, no hat, bro.
Yankee with no brim, and then we were like hat with no lid.
And then we were like, time it
Yeah.
instead of clock it.
Yo, I just realized that's why you said time it.
Mhm.
It is clock
Time
Yeah.
it.
But I just connected with a Run with Christ group.
Europe.
They're all over actually the U.S. and the world. They have one in Australia, Europe, stuff like that.
Yeah, we got the Bay City division over
But
here.
we got the Bay City division. Shout out Bay City.
Bay City,
Europe, but
not Bay City, Texas. Okay.
Or Florida.
I don't know. There's for some reason Texas has so many names of cities that
In Michigan,
are
Midland, Bay City.
Dude, they have a Mount Pleasant. There's a
They don't
Mount
even have
Pleasant,
mountains
Texas.
there.
There's a Mount Pleasant, Texas.
They didn't have mountains in Texas. Texas, what are you doing? Shout out Haley, she's back.
She is. She's talking to Sandy.
She's being really loud.
Sandy's last staff meeting was today. That's insane.
Yeah, shout out Sandy.
She's still gonna be here at the church, but she's not gonna be at staff.
She's gonna help me about grammar still, I think though.
Yeah, grammars.
Yeah, I have words that don't work.
There's so many times where he's posted something on the podcast, and I'm like, bro, you gotta go switch that.
Yeah. If you saw the clip where he was swearing, I'm sorry.
Yeah, TikTok did us dirty. Okay,
Yeah.
they just added the sound. We didn't even put that sound on there. Just
Yeah.
added it. So.
Also, I'm pretty sure I added the sound, but I didn't realize what it was saying. I just edited it because it was trending. So, but also I turned it all the way down, so I don't
This
understand.
guy.
I don't understand how you can hear it.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks. Oh,
But
sorry. Why do we quote SpongeBob a lot?
we're also in the sea though.
Under the sea.
Under the sea. But the Eastside Building's looking more like an event center. We'll host our podcast over there actually, so you might see a new setting here in a couple months.
I low key kind of like the flow of it just not being in the same place though. Kind of
It's
like the
unscripted.
change. Yeah, it's unscripted.
But we have to have a set spot where we just keep everything.
Yeah, that's probably where the podcast stuff will be stored. But we low key might keep moving it around because it's
Bro,
actually pretty fun.
It's actually easier to get on the roof on the east side than it is here.
Dude, a roof
Bro,
podcast.
comment in the section if you want us to go on a roof.
Yes,
Because we thought about doing it here, but there's no plugs up there, I don't think.
Yeah.
So
there might not be plugs there, but
No,
extension cord,
Yeah.
extension cord.
Extension. That's not a word.
Low key, we talked about even doing a tailgate episode, so we'll see
I think it'd be a good idea if we don't have the mics like this, we hold them.
for the tailgate.
But we
maybe.
also have the other mics that we could use.
Yeah.
That we don't have to hold anything. But we have a Dr. Pepper in our hand. Shout out Dr. Pepper. You probably can't see that Coke, but he has a Coke tip.
No, there's not a Coke over
I
there.
had
It's
to call
Dr.
him out.
Pepper.
I had to call him out.
Bro, stop. That's the only thing I had, okay? I have
Even
a
though there's Dr. Pepper in the building.
Bro, let me tell you.
What socks you got on today? Oh, he's dogging it right now.
No. I got. Bro, what?
Put your leg on the table.
Does it look like I have socks on?
No, you got short boys on, don't you?
I got socks on. Look at that.
No, it was
Look at
off.
that.
It was off.
Yeah.
It
No,
was
I took it off. I took my shoe off, but it was on. I got the no-show socks for the Hey Dudes, okay? The aesthetic.
but
Aiden told me I had to check my style, okay? He told me I had to
the
check
Hey
it.
Dudes are exotic still, though. They're America. Shout out America.
Yeah, America. Dude, exotic, come on. Stars and Stripes? Come on now.
Yeah, but you usually see like plainclothes hey dudes. You have like the most outrageous type of hey dudes.
Dude, my
Don't you
style,
have like the ones
our
that's, like-
styles could be so much different. Like they're like complete opposite ends of the spectrum, bro.
I mean, sometimes I dress like you.
Sometimes,
Like today, I'm kind of dressed like you.
low key, kind of. I mean, there's nothing super extravagant on you right now.
This is
like
the
I
first time
usually
I've worn
wear.
shorts on the pod.
Like I've never seen you wear an extravagant color like this, low key.
Also, I don't look good in that color.
I mean, but yeah, but any extravagant.
Also,
color.
you're wearing 2 different blues right now.
3 because of the stripes on my shoes.
Yeah, everyone check Ethan in the comment section about his.
Bro.
We're gonna pause. What's up, guys? It's Aiden. I'm editing this video. If you don't know, have an ostomy bag, and what happened in the video was it opened while we were shooting the podcast. Stuff like that happens, but God bless. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later.
All right. I think we're actually probably going to end it off here. So Aiden's got some stuff he's got to go deal with, but I'm going to sign us off here at the Unscripted Podcast. We're going to cut the episode a little bit shorter today. But I hope you guys got a little bit out of this. You know, don't judge each other. Don't judge. It's not one thing. You know, deal with your stuff before you start judging people on their stuff. So this is Ethan. We've had some fun. Talked about a lot of things with the Unscripted Podcast. Signing out. Peace out. Saik, you thought I was going to forget to pray. So, Lord, thank you for today. Thank you for letting us be here and just talk about you and talk about not judging and just loving each other. So I just pray that anybody that's listening to this podcast that doesn't know the Lord, if they want to give their life to Christ right here in this moment, that they would. So if you want to give your life to Christ right now in this moment and haven't given your life to Christ yet, please put it down in the comment section. Hey, I'm accepting Christ for the first time. We'll reach out and we'll try to get you plugged in and learning some more things about Christ. So if that's you, put it down in the comment section and I'm going to pray for you. If you guys will follow me after this prayer or follow me, you know, speak it with me. Lord Jesus, come into my life. For I believe that you died on the cross and rose again to give me new life. I receive you right now. Now it says in the Bible, if you said that prayer and you truly meant it, that all the angels in heaven are rejoicing, and because you are now in the kingdom of God. So praise God for that, and thank you guys for listening. This is Ethan signing out for the Unscripted Podcast. Peace.